pending that investigation. You understand? There's no investigation taking place. Instead, he's been just transferred or shifted. I would even call that a transfer. He was in special branch, and he's been transferred to SSU. SSU and is an arm of special branch.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I mean, it's almost like that's a non-transfer. And had it been other police officers, they would have been under serious investigation. Other police officers, I know a couple of police that they are investigating for alleging to have leaked documents out. I don't know where they getting that information from. And I
don't know if I told you, Kalil, but a few months back, a police officer lost his job. I think it was a special constable, because they thought that he leaked information to me.
But even the other corporal of police that they claimed he had leaked information to you and to me, I don't even have the man's number. I don't know the man, but they claim that he's been leaking information out, and they are investigating him as a corporal of police. And I don't know. They have it all wrong, man. They have it all wrong. They need to look within, do some self-introspection, look within themselves and stop pointing fingers, because when they point one finger at one officer, 4 is being pointed back at them. They themselves, they need to do that and stop pointing fingers and stop looking at the
victimizing.
And let me tell you that
police officers. I don't know if police officers, actually, a number of them will not talk to me on the streets because they are afraid. Afraid of what?
But listen to me. And that is why, I mean, some of them probably will not. But there are those who, you have very good police officers, Matt, who know that they are doing nothing wrong, who's been my friend before, who I would sit and chat with from the top, and so it does not matter what, we will always sit and chat. You don't have to tell me anything about the police force. In fact, 9 out of 10 times, I am the one telling them what is happening. I am the one telling them, yo, are you aware of that and that and that? And then they like, yo, Carlisle, how you getting that information? Are you aware, Matt, that presently at police headquarters, that in terms of listening to Q95 on the computer, that is a no-no?
Yeah, also at the government headquarters as well.
And so what is the whole point? The police chief, he listens all the time to Q95. He says to me, Carlisle, I always do that. He has his little radio in his office and he listens. Quite rightly so, because he wants to be aware of what is going on. But there's a next talk going on at police headquarters. They are warning police officers, Matt, not to leave their glass windows slightly down, because someone might put in a $300, maybe a $400, or probably a $500, slip it in their vehicle.
Because I am also being told that investigations is on as it relates to a police officer, a female police officer who signed some document at traffic to issue a driver's license. But that is going on, and I will follow up and tell you a little more. But a lot is going down with the police at this time.
Well, not a lot, and we have a lot of disgruntled police officers. We have police officers who are not happy as to what is going on within the rank and file of the police force, because a lot of nepotism is taking place, and it's almost like, a wishy-washy situation. And, as it relates to that whole matter, one person you need to call, Matt, is former police officer Wayne James. You need to call him to find out more about that whole, that little saga, because Wayne was a member of the police force and can shed a lot of light as it relates to a transfer. Because I cannot understand how such allegations are going on. The chief is aware of it. The chief called in people, and you're transferring the man from special branch to SSU just there. So I mean, former police officers are willing to speak on that because they too feel aggrieved as to the treatment of the police chief, the way the police chief is handling that entire situation, how he has handled that entire situation. It has left a lot to be desired.
Who's responsible, Carlisle? Tell us for transfers.
Well, the police chief. Before some time of years ago, the deputy chief used to be doing the transfers, and sometimes, of course, with an input from the police chief. But the police chief is the one doing the transfers. He has taken that under his portfolio, and he does his own transfers. I don't know how. I mean, the amount of things that he has to do to be handling that, I can understand that.
But what's the responsibility of the deputy?
Well, again, you may want to ask a former police officer, because as far as I'm concerned, we only have a deputy police chief by name now, because I mean the way he's been treated. I mean, not that he's bothered about that. Soon he will be going on pre-retirement leave. Not that he's too bothered about that, but at the same time, you as the chief, you have to delegate responsibilities. You cannot want to seem to do everything. You have to allow other people to do things, and let it be seen that you give people their own responsibilities. And if they are found wanting, then you take action. But you want to, besides managing the police force, you have other people who have to help you manage the force, And the issue of transfers, during the time of Mr. Lestrade and the other retired police chiefs, the deputy was the one directly responsible for those transfers.
For administration, yes.
Exactly. And then so Mr. Carbon has decided that I will take that under my portfolio, but he needs to deal with the situation of the attempt to bribe the immigration officer, the money that was placed in the vehicle, the report that was submitted, and I want to publicly congratulate the senior police officer who brought this out and who came out, and even the minister who reprimanded him. Mr. Minister, I'm very disappointed in you. You yourself is a former police officer, and you should have been happy that senior police officer came out with that matter, and you should have taken swift action. Swift action should have been taken. Instead, in fact, Matt, very soon, well, he was acting sergeant, so very soon he might be confirmed, because you are aware of what happened some time ago, and where a senior police officer was awarded with a promotion, given the promotion of inspector, another one after he was found wanting, another one was given the promotion of superintendent, and we have a senior police officer calling the radio station left, right, and center. Senior police officer involved in politics, in calling radio station, calling Q95, and no action has been taken against that senior police officer. If it was a junior police officer, all hell would have broken loose. They would come down on him. Why is this happening, Mr. Carbon? Why are you not sanctioning? Why is the Police Service Commission not sanctioning that gazetted police officer and saying enough is enough? You cannot continue to behave in that way. But then again...
Well, maybe all police officers should call the radio station.
That is what needs to happen. That is what needs to happen. And I want to see what they will do then. Because if it's good for the goose, it must be good for the gander,
The words of Mr. Wice.
Definitely. It cannot be one-sided. But...
We'll see how that goes. I know there are other big stories to follow later. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that, Matt, later.
Thank you. Taking a break and we're coming back.
Government of Dominica, Discover Dominica Authority and Digicel invite the world to Roseau to the most unique and indigenous festival, the World Creole Music Festival 2016, October 28, 29 and 30. A fusion of cultural interaction over 10 musical genres, 24 hours of electrifying performances, a synthesis of pulsated rhythms. Book your space to the Creole capital of the world, the Commonwealth of Dominica. C'est Musicano.
The Association of Music Professionals, AMP, invites all its members to its annual general meeting on Saturday, August 6, 2016 from 10 a.m. at the UE Auditorium on Emsor Road. Members are asked to be on time as presentations will be made on AMP's financial statements, training programs, and upcoming plans for taking advantage of the opportunities in the music industry. See you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2016 Tea Madame Cultural Pageant is on Sunday, September 18th, 2016 at the Taipei Economic and Cultural Center in Scarborough, Toronto from 3 to 6 p.m. Come see Les Tea Belle Fleur, 8 beautiful young ladies in their lovely wop duets. The Tea Madame Cultural Pageant, Sunday, September 18th. Entertainment, dance, culture, cuisine, all for just $10 for adults and $5 for children. Our cute contestants will thrill you with their style and flair. Come see Les Belle Fleur, Dominica's own beautiful flowers, at the 2016 Tea Madame Cultural Pageant, Sunday, September 18th at the Taipei Economic and Cultural Center at 888 Progress Avenue, Scarborough in Toronto.
In your tea, Madam Razad, silte iskino, yali oti doctor, they take 2 tablets every 6 hours. Yali po 6 tablets every 2 hours. Ambulance ki omasi, iti got chime. When she recovered yodi from no one, you go to Quick Care Pharmacy kote Halsbro. La yo ke espiche tout bite bawa. La wive la, idio, you that is Quick Care? Yodi, yes, ma'am, Quick Care. Ever it have a personalized service. It tell ma satisfy, like vi we kaili di mawi, I get dependable, knowledgeable, trustable, and supportable service. Ma we di yes, that is a big table. I gadi avec di Howard Juju ka fe ve mwen. If you no honey, go and take your medicine. Yes, Quick Care Pharmacy kote Halsbro. Service you can trust for all your prescription and over-the-counter drugs. He can, she can, they all can testify about the professionalism and benefits kote Quick Care Pharmacy. Premier for an text say Saint Thomas avec di medicine by Quick
there has
Care,
been
delight all my sickness. It have di delete. Quick Care Pharmacy kote Halsbro. Telephone 440-8600.
By popular demand, New York City and the Tri-State. Look out for the grand return of the 13th annual King of Kings Calypso Extravaganza. Saturday, August 20, 2016. At the bigger, better, cooler Rosedale Center. 169-65-137th Avenue, Queens, New York. So Madebu backing, unlimited backing. So Madebu blast, unlimited space. Dominica Promotions presents the record-breaking King Dance, Daddy Chess Hunter Scrunter Observer Tasha P, Rabbit Solo Wizard Trunada, and Calypso Queen Shanae.
I really love Dominica.
Young Bull Bob Cy Lucas, Professor Pigtail, also Buyo Ambassador Essa Banter. Anyway, you give it to me, I'll take it. Backed up by the swinging stands, doors open 9 p.m. Entrance $40 in advance, and get a chance to win a round trip ticket to Dominica plus a World Creole Music Festival season's ticket, plus 3 free barrel shipments to Dominica.
How did you get there, mister?
Partners include the Government of Dominica, QFM, the Big Station, TBS Radio, Digicel, TNO, Bullseye Pharmacy, Dominica Cargo, USVI, Easy Barrel, Neo Expressions, Tesoto. Call or WhatsApp 1767-225-0625 for more information. The 13th annual King of Kings Calypso Showdown, New York City, the greatest show on earth. Sakai Malala.
Taking a few phone calls. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. Pelty.
How are you, sir?
Good, thanks, and good morning to your listeners. Mr. Pelty, I've been listening to this report about some police issue. And I'm trying to really, as a listener, Dominic, can get the real facts. I don't know if you can help me. What I understand is that apparently there's some issue with a police officer trying to bribe another police officer, and that police officer didn't accept the bribe, and there was a report made about the incident by some supervisor, and the supervisor was then reprimanded by the higher-ups, the minister of government. Is that?
Yes, you get it right. Actually, what happened is, to tell you a little more, this police officer was trying to get an extension of some work permits for some Haitians. And they approached a young officer, and from what we gather, he basically tried to bribe by putting some $300. That's the numbers that we're getting in that officer's car. And this officer reported that to her superiors, and her boss reported it to the commissioner and also to the security minister. And from what we gather, they reprimanded that officer, basically saying, you're out of place to be making such reports, because of the officer that was involved very close to the office of the Prime Minister. Is actually a special branch officer. Anything else?
Yeah, well, you see, that's the problem. There seems to be no conclusive facts or information really that you're giving me. Because you're telling me there was a reprimand, but you can't really concretely tell me there was a reprimand.
I'm telling you there was a reprimand. That's why the officer was transferred.
That's why the officer was transferred.
Well, obviously he was moved from the special branch office to SSU within days.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that I think...
What do you want to know, the officer's name?
No, what I'm saying is that if something has been reported, I just feel, there's a lot of speculation and there's a lot of opinion that comes through in the reports, and I just feel that reporters need to do a better job. For example, produce documents of charges.
This you will know. This will never ever happen. If you're in the world of reporting, these documents that you're talking about from police, highly secured department, will never come. So if you want to know about that, you may have to try the police themselves. They will never give you these reports. Okay? They will never ever give you reports like this. So don't wait for it. Hello, talk to me.
Yeah, good morning, Mark.
How you doing? How you doing?
Good. I just want to sympathize with the family who lost their life at this area. But, Mark, the Minister of Education is from that area. And I think he should have taken the initiative already, at least, to place an educational program on the air, or have, something substantial that the people who are going, they can know and be aware. All he can do is plan and organize voters to come to Dominica to vote in the Lapland constituency.
You think he could do a lot more? All right, let's listen to this glassy report. This incident which resulted in one young woman being dead.
To the police?
Let's take it again.
It was reported to the police that about 1:30 p.m. on Monday, the 1st of August 2016, a group of 8 were at Glassy Point when a number of individuals were swept away by the waves. All but one made it back to the shore. The lifeless body of Wendy Thomas, female adult of Glasgow in Fockley, was fished out of the sea about 200 feet away from the shoreline by the Marine Unit. Wendy Thomas was examined and officially pronounced dead at the Accident and Emergency Department of the Princess Margaret Hospital by a medical doctor. A coroner's inquest will be convened. Investigations are ongoing. April Philogen, female adult of Fockley, who sustained injuries during the incident, was treated at the Lapland Health Center and referred to the Accident and Emergency Department of the Princess Margaret Hospital, where she was examined, treated, and discharged.
Again, a warning. Please stay away from the glassy area if you don't have a guide. 851, talk to me.
Bless peaceful and productive day to you and all the listeners. The guy who spoke previously before the woman, when a thief comes to your home, does he set an alarm to make you know that he's coming? Common sense, come on.
But the police will never report on these matters.
But he do expect that too. And then on the other note, we have a problem with signs, you know. It's not just at the risky areas. It's everywhere in Dominica. Because lately there were two foreigners making their way to town. And then when they reached a certain spot, they did not know where to go. And they had to drive right back to the fisheries complex in Marigot to ask questions, and then I had to accompany them to guide them. And when you drive, you don't see signs along the road. You drive and you don't know where you are. You as a Dominican do not even know the whole of Dominica falls for a foreigner. We have a problem with signs, and we are saying that years, and just nothing is being done. At Hatton Garden has a risky spot too. There is no sign to illustrate to anybody that there is a risky area too. We have a sign problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. 8:53 is the morning time here. This is Q95, the big station. Hello.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
I'm good, man, Matt. I'm calling from Whitaker, man, Matt.
Yes, talk to me, my brother.
Again, man, Matt, man. It's another disaster for us, you know?
I know that.
Yeah. And unfortunately, as I always say, you not from Whitaker, you come to Whitaker to go to Glassy. You can talk to any villager in Whitaker, and they will tell you about Glassy.
But tell me, because actually I was thinking of calling a young man from that area. You know, what about Glassy that's so dangerous? You are from Poetica. You know, tell the people of Dominica.
Okay, man. Matt, I am a tour guide from Poetica. I work with Jungle Bay all my life.
Okay.
And I know Glassy. My father, everybody in Poetica know Glassy. You cannot be at Glassy and give the ocean your back. Because the wave does not roll, it's up and down. And anytime you turn your back to the ocean, you never know what happens to you. So these people came to Boedica. I want to sympathize with
your family, yes.
Yeah, because, they leave Focolia, they come to Boedica. And as a result, this is what happened. So I want to sympathize with his family. However, I want to tell the nation that you come to Boedica, you're going to Glass if you do not have a tour guide. I'm demanding that we put a sign in the entrance to explain to everybody, just like Cabe we have it. You don't have a tour guide, you go on your own, at your own risk. All right, Matt?
Okay.
I want just one next letter to the nation, man.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very sad situation.
Yeah.
Very sad. Again, you're just hearing it from a tour guide in the Boedica area. Please don't go to Glassy if you don't have a tour guide. Hello, talk to me.
Yeah, Mr. Perry, sorry to bother you again, but I just wanted to conclude with the fact that in the world of international journalism, no reporter refers to a report unless he can actually quote it.
Yeah, but if the reports are available, and in the world of international journalism, these documents are made available to you, and if you are fair and square, you would understand in Dominica, these documents are not made available, all right? You heard of freedom of information. We don't have it in Dominica, so we have to search for our own information and get reports from the various sources that are available to us. So these information that you're talking about will never be made available because we don't have the Freedom of Information Act in Dominica. All right? So I'm hoping that you are happy with my response to you. If you want that kind of information, please, advocate for the Freedom of Information Act in Dominica. Are you still there?
I am still there.
Thank you very much. Anything else?
Yes, I'd like to continue.
All right, go ahead.
Right, okay. So I'm saying that I understand all about freedom of information and the need for it and transparency. But again, I would just say that when you find reports that are controversial or damaging to any organization, government, private.
So who is this report damaging to? Who are you protecting? The police? You want to protect the corrupt practices and what is going on there. At least some of it. We have a number of good police officers, but we know and we are aware that there's a lot of corrupt practices that we have to stop, and will continue investigating with the information that we have available. That's all I have to tell you this morning. 8:57. If you want to continue protecting these practices, good for you, my brother. Hello, talk to me.
I say praises, thanks, blessings, and glory to all those with humanity. Mr. Pelter, blessings to your family, sir.
How are you doing, sir?
I good. Miss Dominic, blessings. Matt, what did God think he was doing when he made you? Not you, Matt. Do not get the wrong impression. Hey, this little pervert soldier, be careful with me. Richie, why are you so beautiful? Wait, Papa. Matt, interesting, Matt, I thanking the self for allowing me to be myself. What we call God, Matt, I could even refer to it to the self. It's a giant cell that fragmented into everything, you see. Everything you can even see. It is a fragmentation of what once was just itself. So I'm so glad I can be myself, Matt. Because there are some people who are just voluntarily enslaving themselves, or they're voluntary slaves. Because things that are so obvious, Matt, guess what? You're going to say it does not exist because you want to send a signal out there to the powers that be that are so treacherous, so murderous. So the word I'm looking for, it escaped me, Matt. And are formidable. They're difficult. They're dangerous. So you do not want to come up against that. So let me come up against Matt. Matt, you have your facts straight. Where's the evidence to substantiate or to back up to what you're saying? Did you get an interview from the police? But when they meet the criminals, they cannot interview them, they can't question them. They only have their suspicions and the fears and the obsessions, for these people or of these people where fear is concerned. So when I listen to a lot of things, Matt, it is sickening, it is frightening, it is sad, because these kind of arguments are very accommodating to the criminals that be, to say, yes, if people of that stature can be in my corner, who the hell is Blessings of Matt or Lennox or anybody to come up against me? So they're endorsing, they're condoning the level of madness, and it's Matt and Carlisle. Carlisle, blessings to you. Thanks. It was about people like Carlisle, Matt and Q95. I think I would be a zombie. Maybe I would voluntarily be a zombie. Just go to Scarrett and say, boss, you know something? My apologies. Please, I beg you, I plead with you. Let me be one of you, because there's nothing to escape the clutches of that criminal enterprise, Matt. So maybe I would have to surrender, because the only hope is you, Angelo, and everybody else that could come, RC, Lennox, the parliamentary opposition particularly, that can come and say, look, there is something you're supposed to be concerned of. And then we are being chastised, we are being questioned, we are being ridiculed. Matt, the corruption that exists in the police force for years, I've listened to you on Carlisle. And my brother, and not just, my boss, it's obvious. Look at what happened to Wayne.
Let me just tell you too as well. The first report, the investigation into Mr. Blanchard and the rest like this, a commission of inquiry, Are you there?
Yes, sir.
I was the one responsible for reporting on this, and which forced Mr. James at the time, Mr. Edison James, to call for a commission of inquiry. So this is not it's not the first time that we are doing, these kind of reports.
So
it's been a long time.
And the shoe was on the other foot.
Thank you very much.
So I do not think somebody should give the impression like
like we have something against this. No.
So it is a sad and sickening and ridiculous situation to listen to certain arguments in the defense of criminality, Matt. Have a blessed day. I'm listening.
Thank you very much. I've been doing this kind of work for a very, very long time. Investigations into the police. Yes, I think it was Mr. Gilden Richards who wrote a report about police officers, getting involved in drug trafficking and the rest. And I took this report on Mapping Television and, investigated day after day after day, which forced the Prime Minister at the time, Mr. James, to call a commission of inquiry. This has been happening for a very long time. Talk to me.
Yeah, Matt, I'm sorry I have to call to define myself, but I think you need to give me a chance to speak and finish my thought and my expression before you jump in, cut me off, and then...
But you're saying the same thing over and over, and you're defending what? What are you really defending?
Right, I am saying that, right, as far as I know, I'm being exposed to a journalistic report, an investigative report of any kind, and I'm not defending I'm not defending the police, I'm not defending the government, I'm not defending the state. I'm defending the principle of reporting. If ever a journalist, and you can try to prove me wrong, if ever a journalist refers to a report, he either has a quote from it, or he can refer to it. If it's the document.
My brother, this report at the Carlisle John Baptist was quoting a source within the police force. You want him to tell you who the source is? So you're only saying that he can refer to reports in terms of documents. He has his sources, and that's what we go by. You have heard it over and over in international reports, and they quote sources. He was quoting a source. What do you want from him?
Mr. Peltier.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'm saying that I'm not talking about a source, because, again, in my opinion, I can have a discussion about source and reliability of source. If you refer to a report, my friend, you either have a leak, if it's a secret document.
But you're saying the same thing I'm saying. He got a leak from the police, and he quoted the source. It happens all over the world. Why are you trying to defend this and come down on Carlisle John Baptist this morning? Good morning. Talk to me.
Matt,
yes, talk to me. Yes.
Listeners. Matt, the police must understand that they are supposed to be the servants of the people, serving the people of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and not Rosa Skerrit or the Dominica Labour Party. They are good police officers, Matt, and there are police officers who are working diligently to improve the police force and to work with the people. But majority of those police officers is bring come forward for position, Matt. Bring come for position. I mean, I have never seen the police force in that state, Matt. That police force is now a political entity. How is the police asking the public to work with them? And certain things are being swept underneath the carpet. Matt, we need a commission of inquiry into the police force. We really need that. The police force is there to work with the people of this country. Look at what transpired not too long ago. A businesswoman poured some hot water on a vagrant matter, a Dominican, one of our own. And up to a day like today, you have not heard from the public relations officer on that matter. That thing is just dead like that. And yet you expect the public to work with you. Those things, they cannot be right and cannot be fair. And I would never see that. That would never happen under the administration of Dame Eugenia Charles. I will tell you that, Matt. What is happening to the police force now? What is going on with that police force now, Matt? Is bring come for position. Look at so many good police officers who are serving, Matt. Look at a man like Wayne James who have served the police force with distinction. Look at his reward by taking his firearm.
Those things are not right, Matt, and it is time that Dominicans speak out, Matt. Something will happen, you know, Matt. Mark my words. Something is going to happen, and it's going to break through in the police force, and then you will see a change of government. Thank you, and good morning.
Thank you very much. Hello, are you back here? 906, yes.
Yeah, Mr. Peltier, my last call, I'm just saying that if you refer to a report, you either have a source that has leaked the report to you.
Well, exactly, that is what happened. And what do you want from the gentleman, from Mr. Kalajon Baptist? You're saying the same thing that I'm saying here. The very, very same thing. You can't expect Kalajon Baptist to leak the source of the report to you. What do you want from him? I think I've had enough of your calls this morning saying basically the same thing. 907, hello, talk to me.
I'm saying something.
Maybe you could talk to me about architecture, but I don't think you can talk to me about journalism, my brother. Hello, talk to me.
I am saying something different.
Yes, talk to me.
Get fed up with me.
He's saying the same thing.
My brother Ella, Matt Ella, my brother, emancipate yourself. And I'm not referring to anybody, eh? I'm just throwing a quote of Bob Marley, emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. It is sad. Matt, something I want to say. Matt, for years, I've been tuned in. Matt, before QDB, yes, I could barely do nothing much in reading. But understanding the basic principles of, or trying to understand the basic principles of governance, a nation, a people, morality, you know, and all these things come into play, Matt. And I have gotten a good grasp of what it takes or what it entails, Matt. And Matt, I did not, you know, my educational background, listening public. And Matt, I am watching Dominica because I've listened to Trinidad, Jamaica, Barbados, every little speck of dust in the archipelago. And the manner in which they approach and deal or respond to where there is corruption, no accountability, no transparency, bad governance or malgovernance or what you want to say. And Matt, there is something very puzzling and frightening in Dominica where you have the intellectuals of this country. Matt, and my deepest suspicion, according to Angelo Allen, maybe it's out of fear, who would clearly understand, and I tell you they do understand because they refuse to make any public pronouncement in fear of overly cautious, Matt, the response or the reaction to this criminal enterprise because they know what they're capable of. Matt, life is about sacrifice, my brother. Everybody got Christ sacrifice and they want to be Christians, is to be Christ-like. But nobody wants to sacrifice to save a nation, to save the children. And I'm watching the level of madness unfolding, Matt. And it is getting worse because these guys have gotten more emboldened because they figure out there is no opposition to really challenge them. And I'm not talking the parliamentary opposition. I'm talking about some private organization and can come out like they had something for corruption, Tony Astafans, Lennox Linton, a lot of them against corruption then. And I am watching everything happening, and it is not for Matt Peltier, Carlisle John Baptist, Angelo Allen, Afi Martin, and the parliamentary opposition. And little leaks, people are really fed up, and the Indian, they know the level of madness, and they're saying something to condemn it, maybe by giving Matt information. But Matt, in closing, I just want to say, I've seen in this land learned women and men clad in the intellectual regalias, using that as blindfolders, not wanting to ruffle any feathers or muddy any waters in fear of one man, the government of Dominica, Roosevelt Skerrit. Have a blessed day, bro.
Thank you very much. 449-309-596 and 97. We take another phone call. Yes.
Hey, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you say people have their opinion, eh? But you see, man, I hope you don't put charges against me. That man before blessing song to be a damn, I don't even know what to say. All right.
Hello. Just, you know, he has his opinion, but I'm just saying he's saying the same thing. He's talking about the leak and a document. In every agency, police, government, there's some people they call whistleblowers. Okay, let me educate you a little bit there. And if they see something going wrong, they will tell the media. So there are a few whistleblowers in the police station, in the government, within the opposition as well. And if they see something going wrong, they will report. Hello, talk to me.
Yes, Mr. Pilty, I beg for 30 seconds uninterrupted so that I can let you understand that what you and I are saying are totally and absolutely opposite. And if you would give me the privilege, and maybe even to once for all the times I've called your station to say, in conclusion, like so many privileged callers.
My friend, express yourself. I want to interrupt you. I want to interact with you. Express yourself.
Thank you very much. We can have a dialogue.
No, I'm not having any dialogue because you're saying the same thing, and I'm telling you straight off to say what you want.
Okay, this is it. This is in a nutshell. As far as I've been exposed to in international journalism, when a reporter refers to a leaked document, he refers to content of that document. He does not identify his source. He protects his source even to the point of going to jail. And you have probably seen movies with that in that type of situation. Now, a reporter can say, I have a source. I can say, I have a source. Any human being on the earth can say, I have a source. But you could not have a source. There's a possibility that you don't have a source. You could say, I have a reliable source. But you have absolutely no reliable source because human beings can fabricate and can do whatever they require to suit their ends. It is the reporter's integrity that he must provide factual information and minimize the allowance or the possibility of his opinions and his unsubstantiated opinions coming through. So my position is that Mr. John Baptist says that there is a report. He cannot say from who he has gotten the report because he cannot reveal a source of the report, but he cannot reveal any content of the report. So he cannot refer to the report as being factual unless he can leak some evidence from the report. He can even show it, he can fabricate it, he can reproduce it. But what he can protect is the person who has provided him. And as far as whistleblowers, Mr. Peltier, I would ask you to name me one whistleblower whose name you don't know.
My brother, you confused me a little more than when you started. That's all I'll tell you. So please, go do your research and come back and talk to me about reporting. You're more confused. You've confused the public more than anything else. I've allowed you a chance. You spoke for 2 minutes there. Nothing coming out. 9:14, hello.
Hi, Matt. Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm not too bad, thanks. I hope you enjoyed your weekend.
Yes, I did.
All right. Matt, this man that is calling, the man doesn't even know what he really is about. You give him chance, he keeps repeating himself. But I suspect just to prevent people from giving their opinion, just to allow the public to voice their opinion, as I said, that's why he keeps calling back. He keep calling back to distract people, to take up time that he will come and talk his foolishness. But now that you have allowed him to speak, I hope that he will not call again with his nonsense. Good morning, and you have a blessed day.
Hello, talk to me. Hello.
Good morning, Matt.
Yes.
Matt, let the world know we'll take any information Q bring to us. We'll figure out and analyze for ourselves, and who doesn't want to listen, they can pass by.
Thank you very much. We are reliable. Some people just don't like the truth. Hello, talk to me.
Yeah, good morning, Matt.
How are you doing? Hello.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, sir. How are you doing? Are you good?
Yes. Matt, that suspect from the caller who is trying to make a point, yet confusing himself.
He tried to give me a lesson in journalism 101.
And for those of us who will assume or say that we have irreliable source, if we cannot prove it, then we'll have to go to jail. Go to jail, we'll choose going to jail as opposed to telling out that source. So he's just trying to tell you, yes, watch it. We know that coming. But we're not fear of anything. I mean, we heard the police commissioner talking his nonsense about inciting. So that's another one who is inciting that kind of, avenue, but we're not worried that. Matt, the police must understand that they're acting in the public interest. And they have their primary work to do. I mean, Like anything else, the commissioner runs the force. And the commissioner is not even above the constitution. The prime minister is not above the law. I don't know about the president. I heard of some kind of immunity and all kind of thing. I don't know about that. But the prime minister is not above the law. In fact, no one is above the law. And the police, what I find counterproductive about the police, program here, is that they are calling on people to give them information on any suspicious criminal act. And in the police force itself, you have members who actually doing criminal things and no action has been taken. How counterproductive is that? How can I see something happening as a community man, even if it is wrong, and to call the police when I know the police, some elements in the police force are corrupt? How do I act? And Matt, while you're talking about this morning, talk about glass area being, a dangerous area.
Yes.
We know some time ago the Layu Valley area has been declared a flash flood area.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I see a sign saying? The way to the airport. Are we really in Dominica? Is it that the activities, of flooding, is it over? Is it over? In the Layu Valley area, way to airport. You can imagine rain falling and somebody take a chance to go to that airport. So especially a foreigner, and probably by somehow get swept by some overflow of the river. I mean, we must be sensible enough, man. Go by the Layu Bridge, you'll see what it's saying. Way to the airport, in that dangerous spot, an area they declared as flood. Flash flood. So, Matt, continue in your work. Don't be intimidated. I mean, everybody doing what they have to do. I just wish everybody well because Dominica belongs to all of us, not one set. Have a good morning.
Yeah, one of these days I'll have a one-on-one conversation with this gentleman, but I don't think he's getting it. 9:18 is the morning time. Let's take another phone call. Hello.
Blessings again.
Hey, how are you?
I'm blessed. The words of the wise teacheth knowledge, but fools die for lack of wisdom. Smoke don't come out without fire. The tires which were slashed at headquarters, the keys that left headquarters to the registry to interfere with the documents, the child molester from the police force who sexually molested the child, who ended up in the psychiatric unit, then fled the country. All those are glaring factors which are not fabricated. The inquiry, who was the commissioner of police, who was dismissed before his wrongdoings when you did the inquiry. I would like to know that. Refresh my memories. Thank you very much. It's the same police force. So I do not know what hypocrisy and double standard and foolishness that is. They think they can fool everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Hello. The investigations will continue. Hello, talk to me.
Hello, good morning, Matt.
My brother, how are you?
Well, Matt, I'm doing good. Apart from being waiting on week number 7 now for Digicel to replace my 32-inch.
But they did call, right?
They did call me, Matt, but that is 7 weeks. I mean, I don't have the most patience in the Caribbean,
I know.
Hey, Matt, I mean, some of us try to carry our ignorance as a badge of honor too much. The gentleman has literally lost his way. The average Dominican knows a fact that there are a lot of challenges in the police department. Morale is literally dragging on the ground because too many officers that align to the government get away with literal murder while others are under scrutiny, Matt. Matt, I said the other night, which is a fact, it's not one and not two police officers that will call me aside and tell me thanks for speaking for them. They cannot speak. Some of them are farmers. They cannot even talk about the agriculture, things that are affecting them. Some of them in the police department, things in the police that are affecting them, they cannot talk because you have somebody over the head. If you align with the government, you get away with it. If not, you languish. But Matt, I don't know if you are aware that the parliamentary opposition walked out of the parliament on the 29th of July. Matt, you with me?
Repeat it.
The parliamentary opposition walked out of the parliament on the 29th of July on what they describe as double standard in respect to the speaker. But what is worse is the utterances of the speaker.
I didn't hear. What did she say?
The minister that refers to himself as the dog.
Mm-hmm.
He was going on a tirade on the parliamentary opposition. So the opposition leader said, but wait a minute, Madam Speaker, you brought certain rules before I bring my rebut and say that we have to follow all the rules. And suddenly you're giving him a latitude to go ahead lambasting us. The speaker said, well, what she say goes. But what is worse, when the parliamentary opposition walked out, she told them where they sold their coal. They must go and check the bag there.
You're joking.
And she go ahead as to mention that only 100 man, 1,000 man march, this and that. So, you know, it's burning them, it's choking them. But I don't understand why the speaker don't allow the government to make her senator. And she sit down and say what she have to say than to be sitting in the seat of the speaker and getting also despicable. I think it's an embarrassment to women in this country, the way the speaker behaves, Matt. It's terrible and shameful, Matt. Thank you, man.
Thank you, too. Let's take another phone call here. Hello. We'll hear what the AG have to say when they come back about the Panama Papers. Hello.
Good morning, Matt.
How are you?
Good morning to you. Not bad. Good morning to your listeners.
Good.
Matt, you know, two things, Matt. First of all, Matt, you know, I refer to what passes for the police force in Dominica as the military arm of the Dominica Labour Party. And I think when we begin to look at it in that light, we will understand what is happening. The other thing too, Matt, when good people remain silent, evil will continue to flourish. I keep hearing people talking about these good people that are here and these good people that are there. But it is the silence of these good people that causes the evil to persist and continue and create more frustration among the people. Because if, Matt, you have a little more sense than the average person, you have more knowledge of something, Matt, but you remain silent, you don't say anything about it, let you expect the poor person who is probably less knowledgeable of the facts to come up with their own speculation. That is not good, man. I am tired of it. Well, they are good civil servants, they are good police. If they are good police officers, what is going on should not go on. Because you cannot allow evil to triumph over good all the time. It means that you are just as evil. That is my view on this matter. Now, the other thing for this guy that was trying to interrupt your program, I don't know if you observed that whenever you have a program going, Matt, some one of these people call and they try to divert from what is being discussed. They just try to take the attention away.
Play for time, they call it. Play for time.
Yes, but when they're on their radio station for 3 hours on one subject, they allow nobody to call and dive. If you call, it cut you off. So I don't understand what is wrong with some people. These things are glaring. Dominica is gone to the dog. It is bad. Things are terrible. People cannot speak. Once there was fear no more. Now fear has returned with a vengeance, Matt. And so these are the things that we need to address. And we need to be honest and frank about these issues. Those people who claim to be the good people, they must speak up. If so many of you are good, evil cannot triumph. Good morning, Matt, and have a good day.
Have a good day. Yes, I listened to the AG on the issue of the Panama Papers. Here's what he had to say.
There has been, so far as I'm aware, Madam Speaker, no evidence of any wrongdoing on the part of this government insofar as the Panama Papers are concerned, or indeed any other papers or any other matter. I am not aware, Madam Speaker, of any allegation of substance against this government. And again, I suggest and throw out the challenge, if and when anybody has such an allegation of substance, then it should be directed to the appropriate authorities. And certainly, in the role of Attorney General, I would invite anybody with such credible allegation to present it to me. And then you will be able to not just say that the government is not doing, but you'll be able to say that the Attorney General is not doing. Until then, I would suggest, again, that such irresponsible allegations and claims not be persisted with. I should also say, for those who may not be aware, that the registering of companies, offshore companies, is a legal, illegitimate exercise. The law provides for it. In fact, Madam Speaker, the United Workers' Party, when in office in 1996, passed what I believe is the first IBC, International Business Companies legislation, that we've had in this country. So clearly, they recognized that it was legitimate. And Madam Speaker, that legislation is in every jurisdiction in the region. There has been, so far as I'm aware, Madam Speaker, no evidence of any wrongdoing on the part of this government insofar as the Panama Papers are concerned, or indeed any other papers or any other matter. I am not aware, Madam Speaker, of any allegation of substance against this government. And again, I suggest and throw out the challenge, if and when anybody has such an allegation of substance, then it should be directed to the appropriate authorities. And certainly, in the role of Attorney General, I would invite anybody with such credible allegation to present it to me. And then you will be able to not just say that the government is not doing, but you'll be able to say that the Attorney General is not doing. Until then, I would suggest, again, that such irresponsible allegations and claims not be persisted with. I should also say, for those who may not be aware, that the registering of companies, offshore companies, is a legal, illegitimate exercise. The law provides for it. In fact, Madam Speaker, the United Workers' Party, when in office in 1996, passed what I believe is the first IBC, International Business Companies legislation, that we've had in this country. So clearly, they recognized that it was legitimate. And Madam Speaker, that legislation is in every jurisdiction in the region.
NCCU pays you back in our $1 million rebate campaign. Members who paid their loans well in 2015 will receive money back. Check your account for your portion of the big rebates. It certainly pays to be a member, as NCCU pays you back. We're putting $1 million back into members' pockets. Not yet a member? Join the NCCU today. Left the family? NCCU wants to welcome you home. Visit a NCCU branch today. Thank you, members.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2016 Team Madame Cultural Pageant is on Sunday, September 18th, 2016 at the Taipei Economic and Cultural Center in Scarborough, Toronto from 3 to 6 p.m. Come see Les T Belles Fleurs, 8 beautiful young ladies in their lovely WAP duets. The Team Madame Cultural Pageant, Sunday, September 18th. Entertainment, dance, culture, cuisine, all for just $10 for adults and $5 for children. Our cute contestants will thrill you with their style and flair. Come see Les Belles Fleurs, Dominica's own beautiful flowers, at the 2016 Team Madame Cultural Pageant, Sunday, September 18th at the Taipei Economic and Cultural Center at 888 Progress Avenue, Scarborough in Toronto.
We're gonna make this stop and then we'll come back to talk right after this.
New York City and the Tri-State. Look out, look out, look out, look out. The return of the most exciting Kaiso show enough. The return of the King of Kings Calypso Showdown. August 22nd, 2015. New York City and the Tri-State. Look out. Tropical Paradise Ballroom, 3067 Unique Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Ubasa Matesa Messi Mesdames. $40 in advance. More at the door. King Caressa, King Dice, King Hunter, King Scrunter, King Daddy Chess, King Solo, King Wizard, King Rabbit, King NC, King Sheki, King Tronada. Who's that going to be singing down? Non-stop, non-stop, non-stop party. Also the Young Bull Road March for
There has been, so far as I'm aware, Madam Speaker, no evidence of any wrongdoing on the part of this government insofar as the Panama Papers are concerned, or indeed any other papers or any other matter. I am not aware, Madam Speaker, of any allegation of substance against this government. And again, I suggest and throw out the challenge, if and when anybody has such an allegation of substance, then it should be directed to the appropriate authorities. And certainly, in the role of Attorney General, I would invite anybody with such credible allegation to present it to me. And then you will be able to not just say that the government is not doing, but you'll be able to say that the Attorney General is not doing. Until then, I would suggest, again, that such irresponsible allegations and claims not be persisted with. I should also say, for those who may not be aware, that the registering of companies, offshore companies, is a legal, illegitimate exercise. The law provides for it. In fact, Madam Speaker, the United Workers' Party, when in office in 1996, passed what I believe is the first IBC, International Business Companies legislation, that we've had in this country. So clearly, they recognized that it was legitimate. And Madam Speaker, that legislation is in every jurisdiction in the region.
9:36. We coming back. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Mac. Good
Yes.
morning.
Morning, sir.
And how are you?
Okay, sir.
Well, Mr. Mac, the way I see the speaker took the opposition, I mean, I myself, I didn't even know what to say, because if you can look at our opposition and you can tell them in their face, where they sell their coal, go and shake their bag there. Even the Prime Minister was embarrassed, because while he was making his budget address, when he come, he said, where's the opposition? They're not there. So you can see how the speaker, he don't consider the opposition at no level. I never see that in my life, in history. And yes, you have to make sure it have what you have to agree and disagree, but you can do it in a more proper manner than that. Because when I look at the speaker only thinking the house belong to her. What she say, nobody to interrupt what she say goes, and before you say nothing, the eyes have it. Yes, it have times eyes can have it, but it's not everything that considered the house for the eyes have it. What about the nose? What about the ears? What about the mouth? I mean, Dominic and all you, we sing for ourselves. It is high time now. Yes, it started. But I wonder, and I will mention it again, what we have been doing. Those that taking that stand, you take a stand for yourself and for your children, and for your beautiful island. We're boasting about Dominica. Dominica cannot continue like that unless something happen one way or the other. We will die on that same things that going on years and years and years, and even now bringing opposition where you sell your coal, go and shake your back there. Mr. Mac, have a wonderful day and bye-bye.
Talk to me. Uh-oh. Call back. Hello, talk to me.
Yes, good morning, Matt.
Uh-huh.
What I'm always saying, Matt, what sense does it make for the opposition to go to the parliament? As Dominicans, let's think about it. Does it really make sense? Good morning, thank you.
Good morning and thank you, too. 9:39. Hello.
Yes, Matt, it's me again.
Uh-huh.
Matt, I listen to what passes for an attorney general in Dominica, Matt. Matt, I want Dominicans, the region, and the world to understand. This is a man who has not done the legal education certificate, the equivalent of the bar examination. But this is a man who could not practice law. He couldn't give legal advice in any of the Virgin Islands, U.S., or practice law in any of the United States, Matt. But this man calls himself the Attorney General. Now he asks people to bring information to him. Matt, who in their right mind would take information to a man who could not pass the legal education certificate? Man, what happened to all the information they passed for them in the Mr. Gunn Emanuel case? What happened to the information they passed in the case of the money laundering when the police officer in the FIU home was firebombed? What happened to all that information? What happened to the information that was passed to them, Matt, by the person who committed the crime against Mr. Emanuel and his family? But what happened to the information that was passed to them regarding the lady who burnt the vagrant, Matt? Matt, are we serious, Matt? Dominican must let the likes of Levi Peters know that Dominican not stupid anymore. He come trying to talk like Englishman, and he thinks that will fool some people, Matt. But the man could not qualify for giving legal advice in a jurisdiction in the States. If he was found giving legal advice to anybody, man, he'd be imprisoned. This is the ignorance we have as an attorney general. Matt, good morning, man. We'll be really gone to the dogs. Good morning, Matt.
9:41 is the morning time. Don't forget, August 20.
By popular demand, New York City and the Tri-State. Look out for the grand return of the 13th annual King of Kings Calypso Extravaganza. Saturday, August 20, 2016. At the bigger, better, cooler Rosedale Center. 169-65-137th Avenue, Queens, New York. So Madebu backing, unlimited backing. So Madebu blast, unlimited space. Dominica Promotions presents the record-breaking King Days, Daddy Chess Hunter, Scrunter Observer, Tasha P, Rabbit Solo, Wizard Trinata, and Calypso Queen Shanae.
I really love Dominica.
Young Bull Bob Cy Lucas, Professor Pigtail, also Buyo Ambassador Essa Banter. Anyway, you give it to me, I'll take it. Backed up by the swinging stands, doors open 9 p.m. Entrance $40 in advance. And get a chance to win a round trip ticket to Dominica plus a World Creole Music Festival season's ticket. Plus 3 free barrel shipments to Dominica.
How did you get there, mister?
Partners include the government of Dominica, QFM, the big station, DBS Radio, Digicel, TNO, Bullseye Pharmacy, Dominica Cargo, USVI, Easy Barrel, Neo Expressions, Tesoto. Call or WhatsApp 1767-225-0625 for more information. The 13th annual King of Kings Calypso Showdown, New York City, the greatest showrunner of Sakai Malala. Government of Dominica, Discover Dominica Authority, and Digicel invite the world to Roseau to the most unique and indigenous festival, the World Creole Music Festival 2016, October 28, 29, and 30. A fusion of cultural interaction over 10 musical genres, 24 hours of electrifying performances, a synthesis of pulsated rhythms. Book your space to the Creole capital of the world, the Commonwealth of Dominica. C'est Musicano.
Let's take a phone call here. We have more callers on the line. Hello.
Morning, Matt.
Yes, sir.
This is Danny Luque, Padre of Rosonoff.
Yes, sir.
I was the one who spoke out the Attorney General when I asked him and reminded him that he's not the Attorney General of the Labour Party. And I reminded him also that I have dead constituents named in the Panama Papers, and I'm asking him to investigate. Right? So when he comes up and gives that flimsy excuse, in other real countries, you have investigation launched into the Panama Papers. Right? So we want him to do his work. He's not working for Labour Party. He's working for the Commonwealth of Dominica. And I asked him in Parliament to launch an investigation. You also have the papers from the Inland Revenue Division of the UK, where there are several shell companies where hundreds of millions of dollars is going through these companies. So I'm asking him to investigate what other evidence he wants. Other real countries, you have them launching investigations, and he needs to do his job.
Thank you. 944, hello. Uh-oh. Missed that call, yes.
Yes, my brother, what's up?
Okay.
Well, you have been on the ground, you have been in the air, and you have lifted your feet. What you expect to hear, Matt? What you expect to hear? When they slash the tires in the police station, you remember that? Whose car it was? The president. Who get caught? Who they investigate? Nobody. Money run. Who investigate? Nobody. Man get forced. But yeah, you listen to that. If a man come on the platform and say to my children, go to hell, none of your damn business where I getting my money from. He said no law, no constitution can stop those best carrots from doing anything. So why the children have to cry? Tell the mother stop to lie.
Well, I expect more Calypsonians on the stage in 2017. Good morning, hello.
Good morning, Matt.
Matt,
if that's the opinion of the Attorney General, does it mean that because he's saying because there's legislation and he's recognizing that the United Workers' Party did something that he liked, does it mean that because the legislation was passed that it is adequate, or that someone is not abusing the situation? And does he have the same opinion about the complaints of Gunny Manuel against Mr. Isidore? Is that what it is? That what Mr. Isidore was doing is legal by his opinion? I would like to know, and some of those questions answered. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Matt Pelte, quickly.
I'm here.
I heard, Matt, the government of Dominica may be involved in that are involved in that same Panama Papers through that Shangri-La company.
Yes, a company registered in France.
Yes, because I heard Angelo, I heard you and other maybe people disclosing that there is information to show that the government of Dominica name is mentioned in the whole Panama Papers scandal. But Matt, it is sad. I just want to say in closing, my brother, in the interest of time, I give thanks to the self for allowing me to be myself, because some people, they are somebody else. Blessings, sir.
Blessings to you too. Hello. 4493095. All countries in the world are involved in some investigation or another to deal with or to investigate the Panama Papers in Dominica. Guess we're just not interested. Hello.
Yes, Matt. Good morning.
Brother, how are you doing?
I'm good, my brother. Matt, this speech, I thought you were interviewing the brother, man. I was hoping you were actually going to interview him. I didn't realize you were just relaying. But this proves that one of the things that I want you to really, and I know it's hard when you run a talk show, is the topic of the day and you have to move on. So I understand, and everybody depends on you to really investigate things. But some of these times we have to really have some follow-up programs, and this is one of those times. You see, we have people in Dominica whose names are on these things. Actual people. There's a sister in what's that street? High Street, whose son works at this brother's office.
Yes.
Whose name is on that thing. The brother doesn't know anything. We have to bring these people in, Matt. We have to do follow-ups. We have to challenge that nonsense that this brother just spoke. Even scare it, baby mama, and find out from some reliable sources. The woman doesn't even know about all these monies that is actually in her name. In her name. So we are accusing people, but these people are not even the ones who are really involved in the thing. People have used their names to create these accounts. And this brother does no investigation and he comes on here talking this nonsense. You have to follow up on these things. Contradict these brothers and their nonsense. That is one of the things I would like you to do a little more, is do some follow-up programs specifically on some of these topics. Like I say, I understand the talk show business, topic of the day, and I know it's hard on you. A lot of people depend on you to spread the word. But try and let us start doing some real follow-up, intensive things on some of these things so we can hold these people, you know?
I agree totally. We have to, sometimes I was trying to get, of course, Thompson is one of those guys who have been investigating and doing a lot of work on the Panama Papers. We'll try our very best to find out and give you the latest. Hello.
Hi, Matt. Good morning.
Morning to you.
Matt, they said that Alice Boyd said to the opposition, I'll sack you like Yovan Cheboyo. So then therefore, Dan should have not apologized for her telling him, for him telling her about the demon in her. Thank you.
Thank you. 9:49, more telephone calls coming in. Don't forget, we'll be talking again at 1. Talk on the block. Somebody wanted to hear again the police on the drowning situation in Glassy. Let's listen.
It was reported to the police that about 1:30 p.m. on Monday, the 1st of August 2016, a group of 8 were at Glassy Point when a number of individuals were swept away by the waves. All but one made it back to the shore. The lifeless body of Wendy Thomas, female adult of Glasgow in Fockley, was fished out of the sea about 200 feet away from the shoreline by the Marine Unit. Wendy Thomas was examined and officially pronounced dead at the Accident and Emergency Department of the Princess Margaret Hospital by a medical doctor. A coroner's inquest will be convened. Investigations are ongoing. April Philogen, female adult of Fokole, who sustained injuries during the incident, was treated at the Laplin Health Center and referred to the Accident and Emergency Department of the Princess Margaret Hospital, where she was examined, treated, and discharged.
By popular demand, New York City and the Tri-State look out for the grand return of the 13th annual King of Kings Calypso Extravaganza, Saturday, August 20, 2016, at the bigger, better, cooler Rosedale Center, 169-65-137th Avenue, Queens, New York. So Madebu packing, unlimited backing. So Madebu blast, unlimited space. Dominica Promotions presents the record-breaking King Days, Daddy Chess Hunter Squanto Observer Tasha P, Rabbit Solo Wizard Trinata, and Calypso Queen Shanae. I really love Dominica. Young Bull Bob Cy Lucas, Professor Pigtail, also Buyo Ambassador Essa Banter. Anyway, you give it to me, I'll take it. Backed up by the swinging stands, doors open 9 p.m. entrance $40 in advance, and get a chance to win a round trip ticket to Dominica plus a World Creole Music Festival season's ticket, plus 3 free barrel shipments to Dominica.
How did you get there, mister?
Partners include the government of Dominica, QFM, the big station, DBS Radio, Digicel, TNO, Bullseye Pharmacy, Dominica Cargo, USVI, Easy Barrel, Neo Expressions, Tesoto. Call or WhatsApp 1767-225-0625 for more information. The 13th annual King of Kings Calypso Showdown, New York City, the greatest show on earth. The government of Dominica, Discover Dominica Authority, and Digicel invite the world to Roseau to the most unique and indigenous festival, the World Creole Music Festival 2016, October 28, 29, and 30. A fusion of cultural interaction over 10 musical genres, 24 hours of electrifying performances, a synthesis of pulsated rhythms. Book your space to the Creole capital of the world, the Commonwealth of Dominica. C'est Musicano.
Listen to Q95 everywhere in Dominica on these frequencies. 95.1 FM, Roseau and Southwest. 95.7 FM, Castle Bruce and the East. 95.7 FM, Grand Bay and the South. 97.5 FM, Marigot and the Northeast. 105.7 FM, Portsmouth and the North. 105.7 FM, Laplane and the East. We are also on Digicel Play Channel 100 and the channel